Black squad for the November internationals, folks, has been named, and it's largely a pretty stable one. There's not much in the way of comings and goings, but we'll go through the squad, the fixtures, and you guys let us know your thoughts on how you reckon the All Blacks are going to go as they head up to the Northern Hemisphere. Keeping in mind, there are two teams being named. The one that was named today, which is the All Blacks side, and then the All Blacks 15 side, which is going to be named tomorrow, which will likely field more of those kind of bolter-style players because they are lined up to play Munster and Georgia during the kind of November period as well. The hookers are Mua, Taylor, and Bell. No changes there. Pretty steady as she goes. Be nice to see Bell get some minutes during the tour, probably against Japan, one would imagine. But, yeah, he's been kind of the third cab off the rank, just only having the one cap thus far for the ABs. De Groot, Lomax, Tosi, Tuangafasi, Williams, and Newell. Again, pretty steady as she goes for the ABs. Remember, they had Bauer in the squad at one point, although he didn't feature in terms of the kind of on-the-field stuff. Locks, Barrett, Derry, Tupulotu, and Va'i. Plus, I think they've also got Josh Lord in there as kind of potential injury cover. There was some speculation that Fabian Holland might get called into the squad, but I get the feeling he's more likely a candidate for the All Blacks 15 now that he is New Zealand eligible. So look out for his name tomorrow, I would imagine. Blackadder, Kane, Finau, Jacobson, Papali, Savia, and Satiti, the loose forwards. Kane's inclusion is perhaps going to be one of the biggest talking points. You could argue that these guys, you know, with a final win in the Rugby Championship over the Wallabies at home would have been the kind of perfect swan song. Sam Cane could go out finishing on 100 caps, but I guess he's opted to keep his hand up for selection as he makes his way to the end of his All Blacks career, so potentially a few more games in it for him. Again, you could argue that Razor should be looking more to the future, giving other guys a chance, but I guess potentially the fixtures list being what it is, and it's a tough one, he's opted for the experience rather than the youth in this situation, remembering the youth will be able to get a chance with the All Blacks 15. Same with the backs, Roigard, Perenara, and Ratima. There's a couple of big talking points there. Perenara, kind of similar situation to Kane, being included rather than kind of being given that Wellington swan song in the Rugby Championship. So TJ gets another chance to lead the haka if still chosen for the ABs on tour. And then Cam Roigard has returned to the All Blacks, having been out since the Super Rugby season with a long-term injury, is a welcome one. He obviously came off the bench for counties at the weekend in the NPC, so he has had a very small amount of game time on his return, but he looked pretty sharp. But still, it's a big jump to go from a long injury layoff to NPC rugby for a few minutes and then straight back into the AB's fold. But again, potentially look for him with the Japan match to get some minutes under his belt. Bodie and D-Mac still there. Barrett, that's the other one. Geordie, Harvey, Rico, and ALB plus Proctor, the centres. I think many of us would like to see Billy Proctor get another cap to add with the one which he got against Fiji. But again, with the fixtures list being what it is, where do you see him getting that game? Japan is the one where I'm mainly looking at. Clark, Reese, Talia, Jordan, Perifeta, and Love make out the remainder of the squad, with also Harry Plummer as your kind of injury cover guy. Yeah, good to see Stephen Perifeta also back. You know, he's had a bit of an injury layoff himself, playing for Taranaki in the NPC. Ruben Love is still the only kind of uncapped guy in the squad. Maybe he's another one who gets a run against Japan. Hotham, I guess, is the main guy who misses out because he kind of falls out of the squad. Guys like Christie, Narawa, Stevenson in the backs, maybe Satutu, Lakai, as I mentioned, Fabian Holland, George Bauer, these kind of guys. Maybe look out for them for the All Blacks 15. If Satutu doesn't get selected for the All Blacks 15, then you really know the coaches don't like him, because being the Super Rugby player of the year, one would assume, you know, he should be knocking on the door of AB selection, but if he doesn't make the AB's 15, then you know he is well and truly on the outer. Fixtures-wise, we do start in Japan. It's an end of October game rather than start of November, so that is the first one. You would imagine some of the guys potentially travel to Europe first. If they're not going to play against Japan, maybe they all go to Japan together. England, that's tough. Ireland, that's tough. And then France, that's tough. And remember, even Italy, I know we flogged them at the last World Cup, but new coach since then. and they have looked pretty sharp thus far from what we've seen of them under Gonzalo Quesada. So by no means a necessary kind of easy beat, but one would imagine if Razor is going to do a little bit of experimentation, it's probably bookended with the Japan and Italy games. Yeah, he's got a bit of pressure on him to perform in those three, especially in the middle. Remember, Munster and Georgia are the games for the AB's 15, so look for some guys to potentially get a bit of that kind of fringe all black experience in the meantime. You guys let us know what your thoughts are on the squad. Would you have taken Kane and TJ for their experience, keeping in mind we've got some very highly ranked sides away from home to come? Or would you have kind of cut your losses on guys who are not going to feature for the All Blacks long term and tried to build some experience for the future? How excited are you to see Cam Roigard back? You guys let us know your thoughts, and I'll talk to you guys again soon. See you later.